All right, enjoy this episode of Mia and me playing in the background on the 2 hour late start day when I'm making this. We're going to take a look at how to use Logger Pro to do video analysis using the virtual server. So there's another video that talks about how to log on here, how to access your Google Drive, set that up. And so I'm just going to go ahead and skip past those things, go back and watch that video if you don't know how to do any of that. And I'm firing up Logger Pro. We're going to split up these videos that are located on this page, and it won't be called Tuesday 227. Let's fix that. Come on, buddy. Let's call it Introduction to Collisions. Okay. And anyway, you're going to be assigned one of the videos that are on here. Hopefully I'll have explained in class what the heck's going on in these videos. We're looking at some air gliders of differing masses. Those masses are located here. Go away. So there's the mass in kilograms. You have the big green, big gold, little gold, and then the ones that stick together, the green sticky and the red sticky. I'll hopefully update this video to the one I'm making right now. But anyways, you're going to have a video. So let's say your video is video 1. I think you're going to want to right click and save link as. Let's try that. So here I can save it to my Google Drive. Is that how it looks for you? Or do you maybe have your downloads over here? If you've got this Google Drive option, then by gosh, go there. Okay. And I'm just going to save it in AP Physics Canvas. And it looks like I've got a folder called Video Analysis, so I'm just going to save it in here. Ooh, I'm seeing already it says View HTML, so I don't think that's the right thing. Let's try clicking on it. And that's just going to play. Ooh, but maybe I can download it over here. Yeah, download. Slowly downloading. All right, that's happening. Pause it. All right, I think your machine might operate a little differently from mine, but I'm just going to hit that little circle, and if I type in file, I get this thing, and this is how I can get to where my downloads are. And here's the file. It's called at1.001.avi. So I'm going to copy it over to my Google Drive. And again, I'm hoping that this is how your setup works. Let's scroll down. Video analysis. And yeah, I want to put it in here. Control V. There we go. Okay. So that's putting it onto my Google Drive. So now back over on the virtual server, I want to insert the movie. So I'm going to insert movie and this PC. Find that W drive. Okay, so that doesn't look happy, but I think it is. Yeah, I can get into it here. So AP Physics Canvas. And then I want to find the video analysis folder. And this should be it. Like that X. But let's see what happens. Open. Ah, there it is. Okay. And now I can click play. Maybe. And that's pretty jittery. A little better. You can see kind of what's going on there. You can just watch the video itself over here maybe. First, so you know what the heck's happening. Okay. So I can see clearly gold glider starts out at rest, the green glider is moving, and then after they collide here, the green glider is at rest, the gold glider is moving. So how do I analyze that in Logger Pro? Well, I've got the video here, and I'm going to make use of these tools over here. The first thing I'm going to do is set the scale. And in my amazing foresight, I've placed a meter stick here on the track. And so you just click and drag as best you can. And this is where you're telling it to scale, and it just defaults to a meter, which is good because that's what's in there. All right, now it knows how many pixels per meter on the screen. Now I'm going to go about doing the actual analysis. So I'm going to analyze the gold glider first. And you don't have to put a point in every frame. I put this little card on top to try to give you a good spot to anchor your dots to. So I'm going to put a dot. And now I can come down here and like frame advance a bunch. I could actually use the slider if I wanted to. Okay. And it's not moved. I'm going to put another dot right there. And let's see if I can get a little closer to the point of contact. Sometimes if you click too fast, it gets upset and does this weird thing where it interprets it as a double click. Let's put another dot on there now. Okay. And now they're colliding. Ooh, and you can see they're separated now. So I can put another dot on there and frame advance a little bit. 3, 4. You don't have to be consistent with how much you're frame advancing. It's just going to track the position, and then it's using the frame to establish the time. Boop. And this should be frictionless, so at this point it should be CVPM. So I really don't need to get a ton of data points. Let's scroll this thing over a little farther. Put a dot there. Okay, so I should have good data for the gold glider. If I want to switch over to the graph, it's probably a good idea to switch to this arrow tool first. And what it's showing me right now is X position and Y position versus time. That's not really what I'm looking for here. So if I just click on this, I'm going to change it to velocity, and we're really only moving in the X-axis, so X velocity. Okay. So I can see here was the X velocity initially. It's basically 0, right? And I can click on the stats here. And it tells me the average during this time is 0.0007 something. That's close enough. The government worked to 0. And then I want to figure out how fast it's going in the end. So I'm going to grab these 3 points up here. Do the same thing. This is telling me the average velocity after the collision, 0.2274. I'm not worrying about these dots here where we're transitioning. I'm interested in this constant velocity it has before the collision and this constant velocity it has after the collision. All right, so that's that one. To get the information for the other glider, I'm going to back up the video. So that dot just comes into view there, and I'm going to go here. I'm going to add another point series. And I'm going to come on here. Now when I click on this, we should see it in a different color. Yep, it's maroon. Let's get a few dots worth of this prior to the collision. So again, I'm just coming down and using frame advance. Boop. Frame advance. Boop. Ooh, there they're colliding. Now that collision's over. There we go. So I probably need to go back in and add a couple more dots here for my graph's sake. And boop. All right, that's probably good enough. Let's see what's going on the graph. Over here on the graph, yeah, gosh, it's just showing me all those things I don't need. Let's go with x velocity 2. And I want to show both of those velocities. Okay. So I don't know that I have enough data here to establish what the velocity is before the collision. I might have to go back in and add a few more data points. So I can do that. Hopefully this is not a big deal. And let's see if that made it more obvious what the initial velocity was. Kinda. Yeah. If I click on this, looks like these are all just prior to the collision. So again, I can get the stats. I'm just going to worry about this video for now. Yeah. So here I got the initial velocity of the green glider. The mean for those 4 data points is 0.24. So that's going to be my 0.24 meters per second. That's how fast that one's going initially. And then you can see after the collision is over, it's got a velocity of 0. So that's what you need. You need the velocity versus time graph for the two gliders. Okay, just a second, buddy.